Hello everybody! Welcome to Finger Gym to Go. My name is Miss Lisa and I'm with the Virginia Beach Public Library. The purpose of these activities is to help strengthen hand muscles and to develop coordination. The theme this month is Wintertime Fun. Let's see what's in our kit. We will be making a wreath, a snowflake, and a gingerbread man puppet. So we will be ripping and tearing, scrunching and gluing for the wreath. We will be lacing and beading for the snowflake. And for the gingerbread man puppet, we will be peeling these foam stickers, and we will also be drawing. Okay, let's get started. The first craft we are going to work on is our gingerbread puppet. So you have foam stickers that are in different shapes, sizes, and colors, and your child will be able to decide what they want each shape to represent on their puppet. You will also have a large circle and a body. Your child can create this puppet in whichever order they want. I'm going to glue the body and head on first. When we do this, we want to make sure that we put the head on this part so that when we put our hand inside the paper bag, we make our puppet talk. You're also going to need either regular school glue or a glue stick. These are both great tools for working on motor skills. The school glue, as they're squeezing the glue, will work out those muscles in their hands and help with gaining strength. And for the stick of glue, they are working on holding the glue stick just as they would a writing utensil. They're also learning to control and apply pressure with the glue stick, so whichever you want to use is fine. I'm going to use the glue stick. With this activity, you'll be able to see how much pressure they're applying. If they're applying too much pressure, take this opportunity to help them apply less pressure. If they're not applying enough pressure, help them to apply a little bit more pressure. So my gingerbread person's face will go here, and then the body will come next. You can do this in whichever order you want. So if your child wants to put the body on first or decorate it first, either one is perfectly okay. I'm going to put some glue on my gingerbread person's body, and your child will decorate this to make it look like whatever they want. Now we can talk about the different shapes that we had in the bag and what we might like them to represent. I could make these into eyes and a smile. And these could be some buttons. Or we could do this. He's winking at me. So your child's puppet will look however they want it to look. Everyone's will probably look different, and that's okay. With this activity, they will be practicing peeling. They may need a little help to start because these are really sticky foam pieces, and they're just going to practice pinching and then peeling the backs off those stickers, and then sticking them wherever they want them to go on the puppet. So there's lots of opportunity to peel and stick with these foam shapes. This is also a nice time to work on identifying which shapes are which and how many sides they have. You can talk about patterns. A lot of times when we see gingerbread people, they have patterns on their clothes, such as buttons. I don't think that mine will. I'm just going to have 2 buttons here. Then maybe I'll give my gingerbread person some hair. You'll be surprised at the creative things your child comes up with. These just peel and they can restick if your child doesn't like where they put them. And there is the beginning of my puppet. Next, you can use crayons or markers, whichever your child prefers, to draw on the puppet and make it whatever they want it to be. So I'm going to go ahead and draw on here too. I want everyone to know these are eyes. Maybe they're glasses. Yes, they'll be glasses. Sometimes it's fun to trace the shapes too. We can trace these foam shapes. All right, so these are my glasses, and I'm going to give my gingerbread person a shirt. Or maybe this could be a necklace. I don't know. And some pants. we're practicing with the markers or crayons or whatever we're using and practicing coloring. It's okay if they just want to draw lines to indicate clothing. If they don't want to color it in, that's all right. The more your child colors, the more comfortable they'll be using a variety of crayons or markers to color patterns and designs and show off their creativity. So it's okay if they don't color the whole thing in. If they do decide to color it in, their hands may start to get tired. One other great thing about paper bag puppets is that we are using our hand muscles to make them talk. And that's my paper bag puppet. So again, just to refresh, we're using writing utensils to color and learn to hold and apply pressure. We're using glue to either develop our muscles in our hands or apply pressure. And we're doing lots of peeling and sticking of these wonderful foam stickers. And we have the opportunity to talk about shapes and patterns. Our second craft that we will be making is a snowflake. So we will be lacing and beading. These are nice because you can hang them up for decoration somewhere once you're done. We have our instructions here. Let's see what's inside. We've got a cutout of a snowflake and it is pre-punched. We have white yarn with little sparkles in it, and we have some beads. Some blue beads and some white beads. The first thing we're going to do is pick one of these pre-punched holes and decide where to start our snowflake. Your child may need some help with this part. They may need your help to tie a knot to get started. Or if you want to, you can take this opportunity to practice tying knots with them. So once that's done, you can just take the other end of your yarn and they can start lacing. This is a great activity for motor skills. They're holding their snowflake and they're pulling the yarn through with their other hand. They're using two hands to complete a task. And they can make a pattern if they want to. This is a great time to talk about patterns. Or if they don't want to, they can just have it laced randomly. That's okay. Their yarn may get caught in part of their snowflake. That's okay. It's just an opportunity to do some problem solving. Then they can look at their beads and decide how they want the beads to go on. Again, they're holding the bead and lacing the yarn through. There's a lot of yarn here, so they don't have to use all of it. They can also use the notches on the snowflake to do some wrapping if they'd rather do it that way, and then they can tie their snowflake. If you want to practice tying knots with them, this is a great opportunity. Or they can just tuck the yarn in, but the beads might fall off if they do that. So I would recommend tying it. You may need to help them with that. And there is our snowflake. So again, this is a wonderful activity to work on hand-eye coordination. Last activity is our wreath. The bag is stapled to the paper plate. Very gently remove that for your child. Let's dump out what we have here. We have some red pom-poms, and we have some different colors of tissue paper. We've got gold and green and dark green and bright green. So they can do this however they want. Actually, if they want to find stuff from outside to add in, such as pine needles or leaves, they can do that. The first thing that I'm going to do is to start ripping and tearing. This is an important skill because we do this a lot during the day when we have to open things. We open packages, we open mail, rip and tear. They should have a lot of fun with this. I'm going to do a little bit of each, but I'm not going to do a whole bunch. So again, we're going to be using glue, and you can use either a stick of glue or the squeezy glue. Either one is fine. For this craft, I think I'm going to use regular school glue. So some of your children will like to scrunch these pieces up. That's great to work on pinching that paper into little balls. That can be a lot of fun for them. I am going to put my glue down first. Put it all the way around. Go in a circle. If they're using regular school glue, they'll be working out their hand muscles as they squeeze, and they can draw little patterns. I went around in a circle, but they can go in different patterns. Some kids will rip the paper and be perfectly happy with it being flat. If that's how they want it to work, that is okay. If they want to scrunch it up and have lots of texture, that's good too. Of course, they can add pom-poms wherever they want. If they want to make some patterns, this is a great time for that. Some kids will alternate colors so they can have a pattern, and other kids will just want to add them randomly. And again, if they have some pine needles or leaves that they find outside that they want to add, that's okay. Scrunch, 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 add paper. This is great. We're pinching, ripping, tearing, maybe creating patterns, maybe not. And of course they're pinching the pom-poms when they pick them up and really press those down to get them to stick. I'm not going to do the whole wreath, I'm just giving you an idea of what it could look like. All right, when you are finished, you have a nice little decoration that you can hang up somewhere. Maybe put it on a doorknob or wherever they want. And that's our wreath. That's all we have for this month. Thank you for joining us. We hope that you had fun exercising your muscles, your creativity, and your imagination. We'd love to see some pictures of your wintertime fun projects. You can share those with us on Facebook at Virginia Beach Public Library or on Instagram at VBP Library. Thanks. Have a great day.